22-year-old Ivy Lee has been charged with murder after allegedly leaving a 6-month-old baby Carissa Lewis unattended in a hot vehicle for 5 hours. Ivy flagged down an off-duty deputy at around 3:45 p.m. on the 14th of August near Enterprise Boulevard and Broad Street in Lake Charles, Louisiana, and told the deputy that a 6-month-old child was not breathing. An off-duty officer and another deputy who was patrolling the area performed life-saving measures on the girl. The child was then transported to a local hospital, where she was later pronounced dead. It was determined that the cause of death was heat-related. Ivy initially told the investigators that her child was not in her care, but in the care of family members. She later, however, changed her story and said she left her toddler in a small SUV for 5 hours at a workplace on Guernston Memorial Drive. She said she initially left the car running, but a co-worker later told her that her car was running, so she turned the vehicle off. She said that when she later returned to the SUV, she thought her baby was sleeping, until she realised she was unresponsive. During a search of Ivy's vehicle, the authorities said they found marijuana inside. This isn't Lee's first incident like this. In 2019, the Calcasieu Parish Sheriff's Office confirmed that the Department of Children and Family Services previously had contact with the mother after she was accused of abandoning her 2-month-old child in a hot car back in 2019. Chief Deputy Stitch Guillory said, "Yes, the Department of Children and Family Services was involved in the case. They were called out during the course of the investigation. The mother voluntarily gave us a baby before the state had to get involved. That baby was given to another family member, so there was never another follow-up. During the course of our investigation, we learned of other instances where Ivy had left the child in the vehicle," he said. Ivy is held at the Calcasieu Correctional Centre on charges of murder and possession of marijuana. She's held on a $1,204,000 bond. A 36-year-old teacher and mother was allegedly shot to death in a home by a 32-year-old ex-boyfriend. The incident occurred at around 5:11 a.m. on the 18th of August, when the authorities responded to 7200 Athens Street in Timber Creek Canyon, Texas, on a report of a woman shot. When officers arrived at the scene, they found Sharina Ann Webster dead from gunshot wounds. The victim's ex-boyfriend, Eric Mitchell Rivas, was identified as a suspect who had left town. The Amarillo police put out a be on the lookout alert for Eric to other law enforcement agencies. Police pinged Eric's phone and located him in DeSoto that same day, just south of Dallas, and he was arrested. Eric was booked into the Wise County Jail for murder, where he remains on a $500,000 bond. Sharina and Eric had dated for several years, but had recently broken up. Sharina's mother said she was scheduled to leave town on the 19th of August to meet a romantic interest in Colorado. Her new boyfriend, Samuel Amador, provided the authorities with text messages that Eric allegedly sent him on the morning of the murder. Eric said that he will smash and kill him if he came anywhere near Sharina, and he'll make sure that he didn't take another breath. Eric also said he wished he was closer, so he could shoot him. Sharina recently moved into a home in February this year, which is part of a new neighborhood that's still under construction. Sharina recently started work at the Region 16 Education Service Center as a learning leader. She was previously a 3rd grade teacher at the Oakdale Elementary. Sharina was reportedly the December 2015 winner of the Amarillo Teachers on the Rise program. Sharina is survived by a 5-year-old daughter. On the 16th of August, 24-year-old care provider Michaela Malcolm was arrested after being accused of abusing an adult with disabilities. The incident occurred on the 16th of July at a Sunrise Private Development Care Facility along Observation Circle in Tallahassee, Florida. It was reported that during an altercation, Michaela dragged an autistic 18-year-old woman directly by the hair, tearing out several braids in the process, and leaving a bald spot with redness and blood on the victim's scalp. A week prior to the incident, Michaela returned from suspension from another situation with another individual. Attorney General Ashley Moody said, "This is appalling. Caregivers are supposed to nurture their patients, not rip out their hair. Thankfully, the suspect was stopped before more harm could be done." Michaela is held at the Leon County Detention Facility without bail. She's charged with abuse of a disabled adult, which is a 3rd-degree felony. If convicted, she faces up to 5 years in prison. 36-year-old Michaela Chisholm is behind bars after a 2-year-old boy was found dead with amphetamines in his system. On the 17th of August, the authorities responded to a home along the 6500 block of the Paseo in Kansas City, Missouri, to perform a welfare check. The caller reportedly told dispatchers that a child was killed at the premises and the mother didn't take any steps to prevent the death. The authorities were able to contact multiple occupants after numerous attempts and asked them to leave the residence. Inside the home, police reportedly located one of Michaela's children, a 3-year-old boy who was asleep on the floor between the bathroom and the bedroom. He was carried out unharmed. Michaela's other boy was found unresponsive, lying under a bed with a blanket covering his body. The 2-year-old boy was pronounced dead at the scene. The authorities searched the home and found multiple uncapped used and new syringes, multiple glass pipes used for drugs, multiple glass smoking devices, and multiple strips of foil with burnt residue around the home. Additionally, the home was allegedly covered with food in various stages of decomposition, and a glass pipe that was recovered under part of a cheeseburger in the dining room. The deceased 2-year-old boy's body was transported to the Jackson County Medical Examiner's office, where they found amphetamines in his system, and Michaela was taken into custody. During an interview, she told detectives that she lived in the home for 2 weeks, and said that she and other occupants in the home consumed meth and fentanyl. She reportedly slept on the living room couch and chair with her 2 sons. One day, Michaela said that she noticed the child wasn't moving, so she moved her deceased son to the bedroom sometime after police arrived for the welfare check. She reportedly panicked and placed him in the bed. Michaela was unable to tell police what day she found her 2-year-old son dead. Michaela was arrested and charged with 2 counts of endangering the welfare of a child. She's held at the Jackson County Jail on a $150,000 bond. Prosecutors say that further charges are possible. 27-year-old Emmanuel Dwayne Coble is behind bars after allegedly murdering his pregnant girlfriend, 20-year-old Raquel Paulette King, because she wouldn't get an abortion. At 7:01 a.m. on the 21st of July, the authorities responded to Winds Church and Greenwood Roads in Hanover, Virginia, after receiving a call about a woman's body being found in a ditch on the side of the road. She was later identified as Raquel, and the Hanover County Medical Examiner determined that she had been shot to death. On the 11th of August, Emmanuel was arrested in Hampton, Virginia, and charged with murder and use of a firearm in the commission of a felony. He's reportedly a junior grade lieutenant in the Navy. Raquel and Emmanuel were reportedly involved in a romantic relationship, and she was 3 months pregnant at the time of her death. It's alleged that Emmanuel told Raquel to get an abortion, which he paid for. They reportedly got to the clinic on the 20th of July, when she changed her mind about the procedure. The pair argued, and Emmanuel became frustrated about her decision not to go through with the abortion and shot her. Emmanuel's held at the Hanover County Jail without bond. Further charges are pending regarding the unborn child's death.